server shuts down. Now, whenever first request comes, how many methods called? Two methods. What are those? Init and service. When second request comes, service method. Third request, last request. Okay. These all. These methods we need to write. These methods are belongs to which interface? Servlet interface. To derive lifecycle methods, what we have tried? Implements servlet. Implement servlet. If we implement servlet interface, how many methods mandatory to override? 5 methods. Any alternative way is there? Yes. What is that? Generic servlet. Generic servlet is an abstract class or interface? Abstract class. How to inherit? Extends keyword. If we inherit abstract class generic servlet, how many methods mandatory to override? 1 method. Which method? Abstract method. Which method? Service method. That is service method. 1 method is abstract. That is service. You see, all are not giving answers. I observed. All not given answer. See, Java P Jakarta dot servlet dot generic servlet. If I open, there is only one abstract method, service. You observe abstract keyword only here, service. Is there any other abstract method you observe? Is there any other abstract method? No, there is no other abstract method. See, destroy method is there and init method is there, but there is no other abstract keyword. Only service method. Okay. Now, see, it is first program. If you understand each and every word in this program, second program, it is nothing. Same style. Same style up to servlet last class. Same procedure will be there. Only logical part, some code only different. Task purpose. Remaining procedure is there, no? Every day same. Okay, like that. Now, here to derive life cycle methods. Here, what we have tried? Implements servlet. If I implement servlet interface, how many methods mandatory to override? 5 methods. Any alternative way is there? Yes. What is that? Generic servlet. To derive generic servlet, what you have tried? Extends generic servlet. Okay. If you extend generic servlet, how many methods mandatory to override? 1 method. Which method? Service method. Service method we have to override. Inheritance, overriding. You studied in Korja class, no? Here we are using inheritance. It is inheritance only, no? Now overriding required. See the notes. Service method complete line I given. Service method complete line. See, while asking question, if you give answer, you will remember subject. Otherwise, you will forget subject. Right or wrong, you check it out. Okay. What are the questions I'm asking daily? For that, one day give answer, one day don't give answer. You see the difference. Then you'll understand what I said, right or wrong. Now, yesterday, in a servlet interface, 5 methods I given. In that, service method is there. That method as it is inherited in generic servlet. Abstract only. Okay. 5 methods I given yesterday. In that 5 methods, one service method is there, no? See the method, complete signature, complete you observe. What is there? Public, abstract, void, service, servlet request, servlet response, throws, servlet exception, IO exception. That method you have to override. Overriding rules you studied, no? Remembered or forgot? That is core Java. That is core Java. Now, what is the access modifier is there for service method? What is there? Public. Now, what we have tried? Public. There is a public. Here also public. Suppose there is a protected. Here public, protected valid, public valid. In superclass, public is there. Subclass, what is valid? Public only valid. Superclass protected is there. Protected valid. Public valid. Superclass default is there. Default valid. Protected valid. Public valid. In superclass, private is there. All are valid. Overriding is not possible. Overriding is not possible. Private methods cannot be overridden because private members cannot be inherited because private scope is limited to class. These are overriding rules for access modifiers. Okay. In superclass, public is there. Subclass, what we have to write? Public only we can write. Superclass protected is there. Protected we can write. Public we can write. Superclass default is there. Default, protected, public. Superclass private is there. Overriding not possible. So now in superclass, which access modifier is there? That's what here what we have to write? Public. Suppose if I write protected, will it compile? No, error comes. What is the access modifier rule? It can have same access modifier or less restrictive access modifier. You observe 10% people also not giving. You observe. What are the questions I'm asking? Observe. Core Java questions. 10% people also not giving answer. What is happening is Core Java completed. Core Java they'll forget. Advanced Java completed. Advanced Java they'll forget. Spring class completed. Spring they'll forget. Later they'll attend interview. Then no use. Until you reach your target, all you have to remember. That is your mindset. You have to set your mind. Until you reach your target, you have to remember subject. Say while doing BTech, while doing MCA, while doing MTech, you will do like that only, no? Until exam, you will remember. After exam only, you will forget. Like that until you get a job, remember. After getting job, leave it, whatever it may be. Okay? Now, see, while doing BTech, MCA, MTech, same question paper next day if they conduct exam, many people will fail. Same question paper. Whatever they asked, 1 day gap. Within a 1 day gap only, majority people will fail. That is our mindset, that's it. Now present what you do, until you reach your target, remember subject. Until you reach your target, not until completion of course. Core Java completed, Core Java you forget, Advanced Java no use, you observe. Okay? Core Java most important. For getting job, Core Java knowledge only important as compared to Advanced Java. Okay? That's what don't forget Core Java. Daily you practice at least half an hour for Core Java. Daily half an hour minimum. Advanced Java not important. Core Java only important for getting job. Okay? Advanced Java, what is there? Everyday creating object calling method. But Core Java, so many logics are there. But this is overriding logic, Core Java logic only, no? Okay? So, superclass public is there. Subclass, what we can write? Public only we can write. Okay? Next. That is return type, what is there? Void. Their abstract keyword also is there. But here you should not write abstract. Okay? But again, abstract, if you write, then you cannot, class becomes abstract. You should not write body if abstract is there. So abstract you should not write. Next, void. Suppose, can I write integer? What is the rule for overriding rule? Same access modifier. Compulsory same. No other option. Think yourself. Now, return type rule for overriding must be same except covariant return type. Covariant return type is there, no? Always not same. Covariant return type also allowed. You studied. What is covariant? What is covariant return type? That is only. Superclass is there, subclass type valid. Java permits subclass type while overriding a method. That type is called covariant return type. Return type is reference type is there. Return type is reference type is there. Then that class type allowed, that subclass also allowed. But now return type is void. At the time, void only you can write. Suppose return type is primitive data type, reference data type, concepts also possible, no? Primitive type is there as it is your right. Void is there as it is your right. But if return type is reference type is there, then that type allowed, that subclass type allowed. Core Java, don't forget. Here every line core Java only, observe. Okay. See, class keyword, core Java. Implement extends keyword, core Java. Public keyword, core Java. Void keyword, core Java. Generic Servlet class name is advanced Java. Concept is core Java. Now, here, return type must be same except covariant return type. Covariant return type is applicable for only reference data types. Primitive type, covariant is not applicable. Primitive type is there as it is your right. Void is there as it is your right. Other than primitive and void is there. That class allowed, that subclass also allowed. Because subclass object contains superclass members also. That is the reason allowed. Okay. That is called covariant return type. Now, void. Next, service. Method name, service. How many parameters are there? 2 parameters. What are those? Servlet request, servlet response. Something I'm writing, reference names, REQ, RES. That is whatever you want, you can write. After that, throws to exception. SQL exception, servlet exception, IO exception. Now, can I write try catch? You can write try catch also. You can write throws also. What's the difference between try catch and throws? Try catch we are writing. If you write throws, implicitly try catch comes. That means at last try catch only. If you write throws also, try catch comes. Throws, again what will happen? Again you are throwing. Then Java compiler will add try catch block. At last handle. So throws keyword will throws, again throws. But who will handle? Compiler will handle. That means at last again try catch block comes. So what is the meaning of throws is you are informing to compiler, I am not handling, I am throwing, you handle, like that. Then compiler will handle. At last handle. Okay. So instead of writing try catch block by you, you are informing to compiler. Then compiler will add. That is only throws. Okay. Now, here you can write either try catch block or you can write throws. Suppose I am going for try catch block. Because if you want to write user-friendly error message, compulsory you write try catch. Instead of servlet exception, IO exception, can I write exception? Yes. Will it handle servlet exception? Will it handle IO exception? How it will handle? All are subclasses of exception class. Okay. With it handle. Can I write system.err.println e? Which method called here? ToString method. Which class ToString? Not object class. Throwable class. Instead of this, you can go for print stack trace. That is also okay. This is common code. Now, here, servlet request, it will receive the request from client system. Servlet response, it will send the response to client system. So this service method will provide the service. It receives request, it will send the response. That's what method parameter servlet request, servlet response. Okay. But till I didn't explain servlet request, servlet response. Now, present, it is not sending any request. Okay. Suppose, if this type of example is there, in this, hall ticket number is a request. This data is a response. So in this example, hall ticket number is a request. This data is a response. Suppose you'll type username, you'll type password, then mailbox comes. Username, password is a request. Mailbox is a response. But now present, no request parameters. Only request is there, but no parameters. Empty request. Output is welcome. Response is there, but request is nothing. Empty. That purpose, present, we required only response methods. Okay. Request is not required now, but compulsory you ought write. Now, Servlet response methods required to write the program. That's what I'll open Servlet response. See, Servlet response. For sending response from server to browser, streams required. Here we have it streams. First write these methods. Oh, already you started that one now. Okay, write it in the middle. Write it. Write these two. The above methods are used to send the response. Nothing but browser. Write these methods. I'll explain. So in the Servlet response, two methods are given. These methods are used to send the response to a web client. If you want to send the response, first these methods required. What is the first method name? Method name, get output stream. Second method name, get writer. Get output stream return type is Servlet output stream. Get writer return type. Think yourself and give me answer. What's the difference? That is byte stream, character stream. This is byte stream. This is character stream. When we have to use byte stream, when we have to use character stream, other than text is there, byte stream. Text is there, both possible, best option character stream. Okay. Now this is byte stream. This is character stream. Right, this one. If you want to send image, audio, video, byte stream required. Text is there, any stream you can use. Character stream. Now, present character stream we are going to use. Print writer. Get writer method we have to call. You'll get a print writer. Is it over? Now, with the Sowlet response reference, we have to call get writer. Then print writer comes. Okay. Now, Sowlet response is class or interface? Interface. Okay. These interfaces already implemented in web container. Already given Sowlet specification used by vendors to develop web container, already implemented. Okay. Now we are writing here in the program you observe Sowlet request REQ, Sowlet response RES. With this RES, we can call that method. But how these objects are coming, like here, how this exception object comes. We are writing only exception E, but object who will create? Exception. This exception object I am asking in core Java class, suppose. Core Java class web container is not there, no? JVM creates object. Whenever exception occurred, object is created by JVM. Pass it to exception handler catch block. Then catch block will catch. But object we are not writing. Is it object? No. What is E? Object reference. But object comes to catch block, no? That object who will create? JVM creates, it will send. Like that, here web container creates, it will send. That is received. After receiving, with this you can call. What is the return type of print writer? Get writer method? Print writer. What do you write? Print writer PW equal to response dot get writer. Server to browser. One stream created. Server to browser, one stream created. Through that stream, you can pass welcome message. pw.println, welcome to Solids. Now, it is not system.out.println. Print writer println. Print writer is created with response. Response is constructed after getting request. From wherever request comes, from that server to that request, wherever comes from client system to that client, one stream created. What is stream? Flow of data. One stream created, server to browser. Through that stream, this welcome to Solid data transferred. In a core Java streams you study, no? How many categories of streams? Categories. Types are two types. Byte stream, character stream. Categories. 3 categories. Console input output streams, file input output stream, network input output stream. It is network, internet. So from server, from client system to server system, wherever it comes, from whichever client system it comes to that client, stream created. It is not system.out.print. System.out.print displaying on monitor, RAM to monitor. Like a keyboard to RAM, RAM to monitor, RAM to file, file to RAM. You studied, no? Streams. It is network. Client to server, server to client. That type. So here println method present in print writer class also. Print writer is created with response. Response is constructed with request. From whichever client system request comes to that system, one stream created. Through stream, I am passing welcome to Solids. Okay. Now, this service method, is it instance method or class method? This service method, instance method or class method? Which method? How do you know? There is no Static keyword. It is instance method. For calling this method, which class object required? Which class object? Which class object? First servlet object required. This object we are not creating. Web container is going to be created. But creating this object, this class should be accessible, no? Then which access modifier you have to write? Public. Can we write more than one public class? No. That's not only one public class. This is accessible. This object only created by web container. So web container creates the object of first servlet class. Then it will search for init method. Init method not there. If not there, in super class it will search. Which is super class? In that class already written, overridden. That is called. After calling service method, it is overridden here. This is executed. When second request comes, only this is executed. Third request comes, only this is executed. Whenever application undeployed, it will search for destroy. Is there? Then where it will search? Super class. Generic servlet already written. That is executed. Okay. Now, generic servlet class available in Jakarta.servlet package. Servlet request also available in Jakarta.servlet. Servlet response also available in Jakarta.servlet. We need to import. What we have tried? Import Jakarta.servlet.star. What is the meaning of star? All classes and interfaces. But print writer class is not available in Jakarta.servlet. It is available in IO package. We have to import. Import java.io.star. This is first servlet program. Okay. Now, just once again, I'll ask question, give me answer. Okay. Because further programs every day same will be there. First program only should understand. Okay. Now, this again give me answer. Majority people not give an answer. That's what I'm asking again. Now give answer. First, without class, can we develop application? So first what you are write? Class name. First servlet. Open brace, close brace. If I write main method, is it executed? No. Why it is not executed? Servlet runs in server. Server doesn't know main method. That's what not executed. But execution purpose, what is there? Life cycle methods. How many life cycle method? 3. What are those? Init, service, destroy. When init method called by web container? Whenever first request comes. When service method called by web container? Every request. When destroy method called by web container? Servlet instance removed. When servlet instance is removed? Whenever web application is undeployed or server shuts down. When first request comes, how many methods called? 2 methods. What are those? Init and service. Second request, third request, last request. Destroy is called whenever application undeployed or server shuts down. These 3 methods belongs to which interface? To derive life cycle, what we have tried here? Implement servlet. If you implement servlet, how many methods mandatory to write? 5 methods. Any alternative way? What is that? How to inert? Extends generic servlet. How many methods mandatory to write? Which method? Service. One more alternative also is there. That is later. Okay. That is later. Next program I'll show you. Now, which method we have to override? Service method. Service method we have to override. Service method access modifier is here. Which access modifier you have to write? If protected is there, what we can write? Protected or public. If default is there, default, protected, public. If private is there, overriding not possible. Now, return type, what is there for service? Void. Can I write any other type? No. Return type rule is same data type except covariant return type. Covariant nothing but subclass type. Now, after that, service. How many parameters? What are those? Servlet request, servlet response. Will it throw exception? How many exception? What are those? Solid exception, IO exception. These two exceptions we have to handle. How many ways to handle? What are those? Try catch or throws. Okay. If you want to display user-friendly error message, is it possible with throws? No. Then we have to go for try catch. While developing try catch or throws, anything you write, but while submitting to client project, try catch you have to write, user-friendly you have to write. That's what. Present write try catch, you write normal message only, predefined message only. Later while submitting to client, you change the message like that. Try catch. Can I write exception here? It will handle all the exception. Will it handle solid exception? Will it handle IO exception? Because all exceptions are subclasses of exception class with upcasting feature valid. Because upcasting, no, subclass object comes, superclass reference. Here, what we have to write? Here, which method called? Which class to string? Throwable class to string. To string is default method. Many places to string called. In string handling, to string called. That is which class to string called? String class. In wrapper classes, to string called. Which class? Wrapper classes class only. Okay. Suppose if you write demo class object to string, object class. Collections, abstract collection. Every hierarchy one different will be there, you observe. Multi-threading different, object, abstract collection different, multi-threading, thread class to string. Collections framework, abstract collection. Exception handling, throwable. String handling, string. Wrapper classes. If other class, suppose demo class, first solid, if you write, object class. Like that. ToString is default method. Like three concepts are there. Which is the default package? Java.lang. Which is the default class? Object class. Which is the default method? ToString method. One class default, one method default, one package default. These three. But every program Java.lang imported. Every class, object class inherited. But every time method not called. Whenever you pass object or object reference as a parameter to a method, then only called ToString. Okay. Now, here. Now, present we don't require request because we are not receiving any request parameter. Suppose in results application, hall ticket number is a request. Mail application, username, password is a request. Present we don't have any request parameter. That's what solid request present not required. Sending response purpose, streams required. There are two types of streams, byte streams, character stream. It is byte stream, it is character stream. We are sending welcome message. Can I use byte stream? Can I use? We can use. Here, we can use. Which is best? Character stream. Why it is best? Conversion not required. If you use here, ASCII code comes. Byte array, ASCII code. Here characters comes. That's what it is best. For method. Method name, which method? GetWriter. GetWriter return type. What we have to write? Print writer, PW equal to response dot getWriter. GetWriter. Okay. Next. PW dot println. Welcome to solids. Okay. This service method, is it instance method or class method? Which class object required to call? This class object who will create? Web container. Creating object, this class should be accessible, no? What do you have to write? How many public classes we can write in one program? One public class. This is the reason only. This is accessible to web container. This object created. If you write two public classes, then compiler, web container cannot understand which should be created. That is the reason it will not allow. If you write two public classes, error comes. Your program will not compile. Okay. Now, generic solid request, solid response in which package? Jakarta dot solid dot star. This package. Print writer which package? Okay. Now, file, save. This Sowlet API available in Sowlet-API.jar file. That jar file is available in Tomcat web server. For that class path, if you set, program will compile. But yesterday already we settled. That's what it will compile. Otherwise, 4 errors comes. Generic Sowlet not found, Sowlet request not found, Sowlet response not found, and these 3 errors comes. This package not found. 4 errors comes. But already we class path we settled. That is the reason it will compile. Now this is where I saved. First tab, WebINF classes. Here we have to compile. Java C first Sowlet.java. It is successfully compiled. If you are getting 4 errors, Jakarta.Sowlet not found, cannot find symbol, generic Sowlet cannot find symbol, Sowlet request cannot find symbol, Sowlet response not found. These all you are getting error means your class path mistake. Otherwise, in your system server is not installed like that. Okay, if you are getting that error, but server installed properly, you given class path also, but still you are getting 4 error. That is your class path mistake only. Okay, now write this program. Semicolon. Where semicolon? Semicolon. That is library. That is only method body will not be there. Semicolon, if you write, it is no method body. Error comes. Program successfully compiled, no? There semicolon, here semicolon, there abstract, here abstract, you should not write. Method body we are writing. We are implementing. That is whatever I given line, that is Java documentation line. Okay. That is how to call, how to override. That is your learning. Method calling and overriding. That is your learning. The method already declared. You are overriding. Okay. If you write semicolon, it will ask abstract keyword. Again, abstract is there, object is not created. Then method body also it will not allow. Okay. Program already you have seen, compilation also you have seen, no? Compiled successfully, no? Is it over? Is it completed? Now, this is first solid program. After this, you write this compilation also in this line. Compilation. In this year only you have to compile. Write here. This line, write it. Second program only I'll teach Eclipse. You practice with Eclipse only. This is understanding subject. This way I'm explaining. So these all the things automatically done in Eclipse. You practice with Eclipse only. It is not a problem. Actually, Eclipse only required from here onwards. Second program onwards, Eclipse only I'll teach. After this, now web.xml file. Web.xml file in which folder required? WebINF folder. So we have to move the cursor back. CD 2 dots. It will come back. CD slash if you write, it comes to root C drive. That's what CD 2 dots. Then it will come back to one directory. If you write CD slash, directly it comes to C. Now, here start notepad web.xml. Write this one. Start notepad web.xml. Start notepad web.xml. This line also write it. This line also write it. All write it. This line also write. This line also write. Compilation only, running not possible now. We have to write XML. It is compilation. Running means from browser we have to send. Already told from here onward Java different. It is not Java C first solid dot Java, Java first solid. Java first solid main method is not there. Error comes. It is not under operating system. No, it is server. It will run in server. It is different. If I run Java first solid, what it will show? Main method is not there. It show. Now it is compilation. It is coming back to one folder. Start notepad web.xml. Is it over? No. Say steps to develop web application. First step, create a web application folder structure. These 3 folders. Second step, compile and create and compile web application source code. Nothing but solid program. It's over. Next, write deployment descriptor web.xml. Now we are writing XML. Next step. Now this XML present you cannot understand. While executing you will understand. I'll explain at that time. Present as it is you write it. As it is. As it is you write it. I'll explain. XML is case sensitive, not like HTML. Write clearly. HTML is not a case sensitive. Capital also, small also, mixed also, any style. But XML, if any one small mistake happened, your Solid program also will not run. Okay. Something demo. You write it as it is. I'll explain while executing this program. Without writing XML also possible. I'll explain. Annotation concept is there. Annotation also is there. Later introduced annotations. Now present annotations only they are using. That is also I'll explain. Before getting a job, all you have to learn. After getting a job, latest one only you have to learn. Okay. Instead of XML, annotation also is there. No, present as it is write it. If any one letter is missed or any concept is missed, your Solid program will not run. Web app, Solid, Solid name, demo, Solid class, first Solid, Solid close, Solid mapping, Solid name, Solid URL pattern, Solid mapping, web app. You write as it is. In Eclipse, this is also no need to write. It is totally generated automatically. Complete code generated automatically in Eclipse. This is one first program, understanding subject purpose without Eclipse. Slash compulsory. Here slash compulsory. Here I'll explain. Just as it is write it. As it is write it. While executing, I'll explain that one. Is it over? Here, web app open, web app close. Here, Solid open, Solid close. Solid name open, Solid name close. Something I written demo. Solid class open, Solid class close. This must be our Solid program name. First Solid. Here, whatever you want, you can write. Next, Solid mapping open, mapping close. Solid name open, Solid name close. Here must be whatever you written here, that one only you have to write. And URL pattern, whatever you want, you can write. But this one, again, we have to write in the browser. But why this test demo for Solid, all I'll explain. So already told, 3 days it will take, tomorrow also. Okay. But every word I'll explain. But you should have patience. Okay. 3 days it will take, already told, not today. Tomorrow also continued. Now, file, save. Now, this writing XML over. After this, what is next step? Create a WAR file, web application file, web archive. Okay. That is where we have to create inside the first tab. That's what again we have to come back. CD 2 dots. It will come back. Now write these 2 lines. cd 2 dots. After that, again first step, here jar cvf first dot var space dot. You write it as it is. I'll explain. Every word I'll explain as it is. Write it. Jar space cvf space first dot var space dot. Dot also. Jar space cvf space first dot var space dot. Jar space cvf space first dot var space dot. Is it over? You observe var file created. Okay. Here what is jar, what is cvf, what is first dot var, what is dot. Note down. Jar. It is a JDK tool and it is used to create jar files, var files, ER files, and RAR files. It is a JDK tool and it is used to create jar files, var files, ER files, and RAR files. Java archive, web archive, enterprise archive, resource archive. If you want to develop normal Java application, jar file. If you want to develop internet application, web application, var file. If you want to develop enterprise application with security features, ER file. If you want to develop application as a resource, RAR file. But creating all command is jar only. For creating jar also jar, var also jar, ER also jar, RAR also jar. For all files, jar only. Now, jar files, ER, var files, you are seeing. These are, you will study in Spring Boot at the time. ER file, RAR files. Frameworks classes you will learn. Enterprise applications, resources. ER. C. C means create. V. V means verbose. Details of var file displayed. F. File to be created. Dot. All classes, all files and folders of current directory. I'll explain, write it. C means create. V means verbose. F means file to be created. Dot means all files and folders of current directory. C means create. V means verbose. F means file to be created. Dot means all files and folders of current directory. So what are the files and folders are available in our project? All will be packed into one file. That is var file. It is just like a zip software. Hundreds of files and folders will group together as a one zip file. No, it appears like a one file. If you open, many files will be there. Here also like that only. Is it over? You observe at the command prompt. At the command prompt, what I given? Jar. We are creating one file, either jar, var, er, rar. C, we are creating. V, while creating, we are displaying that information. F, file to be created. Which file? First dot var. Dot. Whatever is there in first tab. All will be packed. See here. Added manifest. It is nothing but which version software we use it to create this jar file. That information automatically added. WebInf folder, classes folder, first solid.class, first solid.java, web.xml. All are present in this file now. All packed one file. That is our web application. Now, while adding, what is happened? You observe 0 bytes in, because these are folders. That's what 0. Here in 738 bytes, out 440, deflated 39%, data compressed. Like a zip file also 100 MB data. If you zip, it becomes 70 MB, 80 MB, like that. Here in 317, out 204, 35% compressed. Here 232 bytes, here 98 bytes, 57% compressed. So data compressed. But here, while creating, if you write like this, CF first dot var dot created but not displayed. That's what V. V, if you write that information displayed. If you don't want, you can omit. But C compulsory, F compulsory. Dot, all packed. Suppose you don't want Java file. Then dot you should not write. Then WebInf, classes, first solid class, web.xml. These 5 file names you have to write. Then that 5 only created. Whatever you want, that is you can create, specify. But dot means all. Instead of that, you can write WebInf, classes, first solid class, web.xml. You can specify. That is only packed. Dot if you write, all will be packed. That is the difference. Developing application completed. Developing application completed. Okay. Developing application is completed. Now we have to deploy in server. Now we have to start the server. Now next we have to start the server. Note steps to start Tomcat web server. Steps to start Tomcat web server. These all with Eclipse I'll teach. Eclipse I'll teach because these all little bit complicated appears to you. But this is understanding subject purpose I'm explaining. First listen the class, online students. End of the session I'll clarify your doubt. Again, that yesterday doubt, today will ask, this doubt, tomorrow will ask. It will be happen. Because now not listening means what will happen? This doubt, tomorrow they'll ask. Now, steps to start Tomcat web server. First, open Tomcat folder. Open Tomcat folder. Example. Open Tomcat folder. See, this PC, C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat. This is. In that bin folder also you have to open. First, okay, open Tomcat folder I written. Now, copy. Now, example. Open bin folder in Tomcat folder. Double click on Tomcat icon. So any version, open Tomcat folder and bin folder will be there, binary files. In the Tomcat icon appears, that is you have to double click. So in a Tomcat folder, bin folder you have to open. You have to double click on Tomcat icon. Is it over? Say bin folder, your Tomcat icon appears. This is, you have to double click. Click on S button. Click on S button. Click on S button. Click on this dialog box comes, allow access. Click on allow access button. Online students, listen the class. Listen the class. End of the session, I'll clarify your doubts. Listen the class. Click on S button. Click on allow access button. See, double click on Tomcat icon. Click on S button. Click on allow access button. Like this. Here, at last one message comes. You observe. Server startup in 4945 milliseconds. Like this message is there. Your Tomcat server is running properly. Okay. Now this server is running properly. We can minimize. This is server console. It is server console. This window is there. We can open server homepage. Like a Google homepage, this server homepage we can open now. This is server console. Now we can open server homepage. How to open? See. Like with that, we have to deploy. Next, write it. Steps to deploy web application. Steps to deploy web application. Open the browser. Type the following URL. Steps to deploy web application. .war file. Open the browser. Type the following URL. We written port number 8082 while installing. That's what 8082. I'll explain everything. I'll explain. By default 8080 was there. I changed it to 8082 because many servers default port number 8080. It may not work. That's what I changed. Open the browser. Type the following URL. I'll open the browser. I'll type the URL. Okay. Now you'll get a Tomcat homepage. It's just like a Google homepage. It is called Tomcat homepage. Click on Manager App button. Next. Click on Manager App button. If you use Eclipse, these are not required. That's what Eclipse. Okay. But what complete background process you'll understand with this. You will get a subject. After getting subject, Eclipse also, MyEclipse also, NetBeans also, IntelliJ also. Whatever you want, you can use. I'll explain. Click on Manager App button. Okay. Here, Manager App button. Next, type username, type password. Type username. Yesterday given admin. Type password. Admin. Click on sign in button. Type username admin. Type password admin. Type username admin. Type password admin. Click on sign in button. Is it over? See, username admin, password admin, sign in button. Now, here Tomcat Web Application Manager. Just scroll down. Scroll down. Next. Next, click on choose file button. Click on choose file button. Select the WAR file. First example, first.war. From first tab folder. Click on choose file button. Select the WAR file. Click on choose file button. Select the .war file. Example, first.war file. First.war from first tab folder. Click on deploy button. Click on choose file button. Select the .war file. Example, first.war file from first tab folder. Is it over? See, here choose file button. Here C drive, first tab, first.war, open button, deploy button. See, if you get a OK message, successfully deployed. After that, path you have to observe, path here first. WAR file name first. Here running true. Suppose you are getting OK. Here you are getting false. Then your program will not run. Now successfully deployed, successfully running. Say here OK message, here running, true message. These all required. Okay. Now suppose you got a fail message. First you have to check the XML file. Next you have to check the solid. You are getting false. Then also you have to check the XML file. Later you have to check the WAR file, Java file, solid file. Deployment completed. Next steps to run the application. Steps to run the above application. Deployment completed. Now first open the browser. Next type the following URL in address bar. http://localhost:/8082/first/test. http://localhost:/8082/first/test. http://localhost:8082/8082/first/test. This test I written in the XML file /test. This first is a var file name. This word by word, what is HTTP, what is localhost, what is port number, what is URL, what is URI, what is URN, I'll explain. Is it over? Now, we have to open the browser. We have to type the following URL. http://localhost 8082 first test. Then my request password, welcome to Solids. Okay. But your doubt is, for welcome program purpose, this much process. Welcome program also same process. Project also same process. Why this much process? Now this application, if you deploy in real-time server, this application, any number of people at a time from any corner in the world can access. This is that type of program, not normal core Java welcome program. Okay. This program, now any number of people at a time from any corner in the world can access. Now you have so many doubts. I know about that. Why XML? Why test? Why demo? Why mapping? Why we cannot write only for solid? Why this much process? Word by word, it will take explanation time. It will take minimum 1 hour. That is tomorrow total explanation only. Okay. Tomorrow I'll explain. Word by word I'll explain. We'll see tomorrow.